Okay, in the last session we have seen how to create child class, derived class from the parent class that we have seen in last session. Now in this session, this is the last program where we'll understand uh, how to add particular method in the child class that we'll see. And here what will happen, will be ending our Python inheritance concept, where we understood actually how to create child class from the parent class. So just I'm again revising. Let us understand how to, now from this program we'll understand how to add a particular method in the child class or derived class. In last session we understood how to add a particular property for the child class that we have seen. Now here we'll understand from this program 7.py, we will understand how to add a particular method for the child class that we'll understand. Now, if you'll compare, this part already we have seen, which is called as definition of parent class, where parent person is our parent class. So, so init is our built-in method for this parent class. Print name is the first method. Okay, we will call it as first method for this parent class person, which is user-defined method. Okay, so f name, l name, whose value will be coming from the main script that we have understood. Okay, self is our first parameter, which will be for this init function, which is built-in method. And this function, this function will be executed automatically when object is created, that also we have seen. Okay, so print method is our method for the person class. Person class is our parent class that we have seen. With the help of self parameter we can access the properties of uh, person, first name and last name, in our user defined methods also. Now let us focus, let us understand this part. Okay, this part. Now let us understand this part. Okay, this part is, if you'll observe carefully, so this part is called as definition of uh, child class or child class or derived class. This is the definition of child class or derived class, where student is our derived class, student is our child class, which we are deriving from the person class. That also we have seen. In it is the first method, built-in method, which will be executed automatically when object is created. That also we have seen. If suppose we want to pass three arguments, we can pass in this way. There will be four parameters. Self is the first parameter by default. Remaining parameters uh, will be for arguments which will be passing from the main script. So Rahul will be stored in f name, Shinde will be stored in l name, and 2000 will be stored in year will be 2000 will be stored in this year. In this way, what happens, this init method is helping us super function with which we can give assign values which will be coming from the main script to the properties of the parent class. So first name and last name, these are the properties of parent class. These properties I want to use in the uh, child class. So that is possible because of this super function. So super dot init function will be calling, but this time will not be calling with this self parameter. So self parameter we are skipping, that we have seen. Okay, so f name, l name. Then this is the statement number 15, where we added new property for the student class, that is graduation year. That also we have seen last in the last program 6.py in last session. Okay, now here if you will consider, this is the method. Welcome is the method for the student class, which is derived class. And this method, we have defined, which is new for this derived or child class. That is possible. We can, that only we will be understanding over here. Okay, adding new method for our child class. So welcome is the method for this student, which is our child class or a derived class. So taf each keyword, then one blank space. Welcome is the name of the method or function. Then in the round bracket, we can pass our first parameter as self. And in this definition, what we'll be doing will be trying to display the message. Okay, welcome. Then first name is Rahul. Okay, last name is Shinde. Then uh, and okay, your birth year is say 2000. That also will be displaying here. So in this way, welcome function, which is method of student class that we have added, we have defined, okay, new method. And in this method we can access, okay, all properties of, okay, uh, parent class as well as child class. So graduation year, which is the property of student or child class, that also we can access. Similarly, first name, last name, these are the properties of, okay, parent class. These properties also we can access, that we have seen, okay, that we can understand. This is the use of, okay. And in this way we can add a particular new method. From this program we can understand this is the new property we have added in our child class, and this is the new method or function which we have added in our child class, okay, or derived class. And in this child or derived class we can access properties of, okay, properties of parent class as well as properties of child class. Now let us understand, can we call this print method? Hmm. So let us check it. Can we call this print method in the welcome? Okay. In the definition of welcome method, that we'll see what happens. Self dot print name. Check it. Now if I will execute it, what will happen? We'll see it on the output console. So see here. It means print name function also we can call. Print name function also we can call, which is actually method of, okay, which is actually method of base class. Print name is the method of base class, that also we can access. We can call it from our child class with the help of self operator. So how we are accessing, okay, properties of base class. Similarly, I can access methods from the base class also with the help of self object self dot print name. So this will help us to call or execute function which we have defined in the parent class. That is also possible. So Rahul Shinde, this message will be displayed because of this function. This method will be calling in the method of, okay, in the method of welcome method. That is possible. That is possible. So if you'll observe this statement, okay, X, where X is object, student is class, it means X is object of a child or derived class, and three arguments will be passing. Then X dot welcome. So X dot welcome, this function is simple method in Python for the student class. This method needs to be called. If we will not call this method, then nothing, we will not get any kind of output on the output console. So calling of user defined function is required by default. Okay, by default init function will be called, it will be executed. But in this init function, in both init functions, init function of this parent class as well as init function of this child class, we haven't used, okay, print method, because of which this function, message will not be displayed on the output console. But when object is created, okay, when object is created, both init functions from parent and child class gets executed. Only what is the important or main thing we need to understand, if we wanted to execute our method of classes, in that case these methods will be calling with the help of object, where X is our object for the child class, So x dot welcome, because of which this welcome method will be called and it will be executed. In this way, what happens, inheritance concept can be understood. Okay, let us go to next part of the uh, Python, that is, we'll understand Python scope or scope of the variable that we have understood at the time of variables, when we understood variable at that time. But in detail, now we have a background of, okay, functions. With this background, we'll understand in detail what is meant by Python scope, or how, what kind of variables, okay, local variables and global variables, and its and their meanings. So I have opened, okay, first program from this Python scope concept. We'll understand it. A variable is only available from, okay, inside the region it is created. Okay, if any variable will be using, or if we are creating it in the particular region, if suppose we'll be creating it in one function, at that time what will happen, the it means for that variable scope will be limited. Okay, for that function only we can use it, that variable. So this is called as scope. Once again, I'm reading: a variable is only available, okay, from inside the region it is created. From where we'll be creating it, at that point only it is available. For example, let's understand, to understand first two statements. Def is the keyword with which we are defining our myfunc function. So myfunc is our function. Here we are not using any class. Okay, here we are not using any kind of child class, parent class. So simple function I have used. Okay, so myfunc is the function or simple method in Python that we have defined. Colon represents start or start of body or block of the statements. So x is equal to 300, where 300 value we stored in x variable, value of x we are displaying, and x is here local variable. So its scope is limited. Outside this x, if I will try to print, okay, if I will try to print x, so definitely it will give error. We can check it. At the end we'll get error. Okay, x is not defined over here. X is not defined. It means whatever x variable we have created, we have written, we have used in the myfunc function, so its scope is limited. In this function only we can use this x. Outside this function, it means this is the main script. Okay, this is the main script. So in the main script, its scope will not remain uh, there. Okay, x variable we cannot use in the main script. From this we can understand, as error is displayed on the output console, it means its scope is limited. Variable which we'll be creating in the function, its scope is limited. So if we'll be creating variable inside the function, so inside the function only that variable can be used. Outside the function, if we'll try to use it, okay, it will throw an error. It means its scope is limited. So first two lines again I'm reading: a variable is only available from inside the region it is created. This is called as scope. Okay. Now let us understand what is meant by local scope. Now in this example, if you will consider x variable which we have used in the myfunc function, so its scope is limited. Outside the definition of x, value of x is not having any kind of significance, because of which x variable is local variable here that we can use, okay, inside the function only. I'm executing it again, it will be throwing an error, x is not defined. Okay, but value of x, that is 300, x is local, it will be displayed because of this. Okay, and then we are printing this uh, variable x. If I will write over here, then again first of all it will display an error, and then see here, as error is displayed, so this myfunc function will not be executed. Now, if I will remove this statement from here, and if I will write it after calling of myfunc, so myfunc function will be executed without any kind of issues, but it will display, okay, x is not defined. So from this function or from this small program, small script, we can understand local scope means what, where x is local variable, its scope is limited. Within this function only we can use value of x. If I will write, okay, one more statement, print double quote, to understand, to get meaning, I will write x plus 10, and here I will write x plus 10. So value of x plus 10, I want to display it on the output console. That is possible. Value of x is 300. It will display. Okay, this statement will help us to display value of x plus 10 as 310. But it is possible only in the definition of function, because value of x, variable x, its scope is limited. In the function only value of x can be understood and it can be. Okay, so here x plus 10 is equal to 310, but x is still, okay, undefined for the main script. So I will pass comment to this statement. Now if I will execute, we will not get any kind of error. So in this way we can understand local scope. Okay, let us go to next program. Now this is the program where we'll be understanding function inside function. Suppose uh, we can call, okay, we can call it as nested function, because nested if statement we have seen. Similarly, nested functions are possible in Python. So here what we'll be doing, def is the keyword with which myfunc is the first user defined function, colon represents start or body, start of body or block of the statement. So these are the statements. This is the definition of myfunc function. And in the definition of myfunc, one more function we defined, that is my inner func. So name of my inner func is the user defined function which we are defining inside the myfunc function. It means my inner func is the function that we have defined inside the myfunc function, and this is called as function inside function. It is possible in Python. Now we'll understand what is the scope of x, okay, as explained in the above example, okay, or this example. The variable x is not available outside the function. X will not be available outside the function, but it is available for any function inside the function. So let us understand x. Okay, first of all, myfunc, in the myfunc first statement is x is equal to 300. This is the first statement in the myfunc function, which is outer function, and value of x will be understood by the interpreter. 300 value will be stored in x. Then again we are defining one more function, def keyword will be using one blank space. My inner func is the second function that we are defining in the myfunc function, and colon represents start of body or block of the statement, and first statement will be printing value of x. So value of x, okay, its scope. See here, if locally, if you will find my inner function, for this function value of x is not known, but as, okay, as my inner func is part of my func function, and where value of x is defined, initialized x is equal to 300. So x is equal to 300, this value will be given over here. It means it can be used in this function inside function. So my inner func, this function will be calling, okay. And if you will observe, okay, again indentation part, if you consider, so my inner func, that function will be calling in the, okay, definition of my func function. Actually, function inside the function we cannot define in C language, but it is possible in Python. We can define one function in another function, and here value of x will be given to the my inner func. So this is the main script, okay. My func function will be called. When my func function will be called, this function gets executed, value of x will be 300, and it will be given to this my inner func. So value of x will be printed as 300, then my inner function will be called. Actually, this is the definition. First of all, it will execute this statement. Definition will be understood by the interpreter. It will not be it will be considered, and then my inner function will be called. When my inner function will be called inside the function, immediately execution of this my inner func gets started, and on the output console, okay, it will execute 300 message. Let us check it. I am executing this program 300. So here, if I want to display proper message, value of x in the my inner func, okay, and I will copy this statement, control C, control V, and here I will write my func only, value of x in my func. So value of x in my func will get 300, value of x in my inner func also will get, okay, 300. That we'll see. So value of x in my func is 300, value of x in the my inner func is also 300. But if I will try to display, okay, value of x in main script, control C, control V, value of x in the main script of Python, okay. So here we'll get error because x is not defined, okay, to the main script. So x is not defined. Error name x is not defined for the main script, whereas okay, x is defined for both functions. So from this program we understood, okay, function inside the function can be used, okay. We can call in another language it as a nested function as explained in the above example. See here, one more function if I want to define, okay, let us check it. Inside this function I will define one more function, def part my inner func. Okay, so part my inner func is the part of my inner func, and again here also I will try to print, okay, same statement. Here we will write, okay, part my inner func, because my inner func is the. Now this function needs to be called, okay, this function needs to be called, and this function can be called. See here, indentation plays very vital role. Here I can call here because uh, definition also I think indentation I have missed. बघा इथे हे इथे लिहायला पाहिजे. Okay, then हे इथं, and if I want to call my function I can call, okay, part my func I can call over here. Now if I will execute it, first of all my func will be called. Once it will be called, execution of my func, entire definition gets executed. X is equal to 300, value will be given to entire function my func, and in this my func function we defined, okay, first function, that is my inner func, and in this my inner func one more function we defined, that is part my inner func. So part my inner func is the part of my inner func. My inner func is part of my func, and in this way, function inside function we defined, and in each cases we are trying to understand what is the value of x. And if I will execute it, we'll get output in this way: value of x in the my func. Okay, value of x is in the my func is 300, value of x in the my inner func is 300, value of x in the my part func is also 300. So from this statement we can understand, okay, variable x is not available outside the function, and it is available for any function inside function. Let us go to next program, 3.py, where we'll understand what is the meaning of, okay, global variable. Global variables are the variables available from, okay, within any scope, global and local. So let us understand, for any scope means what? It is available for global as well as it is available for local. So global variables are available for within any scope, and any scope means what? Global or local. So let us understand, x is equal to 300. In this case, x is equal to 300. This statement is part of main script. Okay, then definition, my function we are defined over here, and here we are trying to print value of x. So as value of x is defined in the Python script before definition of the function. Therefore, value of x is known to this myfunc, and because of which value of x will be displayed on the output console as 300. And after calling, this is the calling where myfunc function will be called, and value of x will be displayed on the output console as 300. And after calling this myfunc function, it will print what is the value of x for the main script. So for the main script, value of x which we have defined already, initialized already, that is 300. So it will display 300 over here also. It will display 300 over here also. To understand the differences between both the statements, simply print function. I am adding certain message. So here value of x in which function? My function, and this is the value of x. Value of x from the main one. So if I will execute it, we'll get, okay, value of x in the myfunc is 300. Here we can use colon. Value of x in myfunc is 300. Value of x from the main script, okay, main Python script is also 300 as it is defined. So here I can write x is global variable. So scope is global, and as it is defined in the main script, because of which its scope is global. But if I will pass comment over here, and if this statement I will copy and if I will paste over here, then in that case value of x will not be defined for this myfunc. It will throw an error. Let us check it. Okay, so name x is not defined because x that we have defined in the main script, but it we defined after definition and calling of the myfunc function where x we used it. So this is not allowed. It means algorithm is wrong. So this statement we should supposed to write before definition and calling of, okay, myfunc function. Then only it will become, okay, global variable x where which we can use in myfunc as well as in the main script. If suppose one more function I will be using, okay, here I will define one more function, value of x. So this function will help us to display value of x. Okay, again same thing, value of x in value of x function that I want to display. So this part I will copy it, I will paste it, control V. Here I will write v, capital V, value of x in value of x function. So here we'll write x, and this function needs to be called. Okay, so let us call this function. We can call at anywhere. Here I will call, okay, my name of function is value of x. So this function we will call. So initially what will happen, my func will be called. Okay, value of x from my func will be displayed, which is 300. Again value of x from the Python main script, which whose value is 300, it will be displayed. Again value of x function will be called, and it will display value of x from this value of x from the value of x function. I think spelling value of x, where I made mistake, value of x. After def, I think here colon is missing. Okay, start or body start or body काय म्हणणार आहे ना. block start or body start colon is missing, because of which this error will be displayed by the machine. Syntax error, invalid statement, colon I have added. Now if I will execute, will get output. Okay, value of x in myfun 300, value of x in my main Python script, okay, 300, and value of x in the value of x function 300. Let us go to next program 4.py, where we'll understand naming variable means what. Okay, if I will read some information, if we operate with the same variable in the same variable name inside and outside the function, okay, Python will treat them two different variables. One variable in the global scope, okay, outside the function, and one variable in the local scope inside the function. Now that we'll understand. This is called as naming variable. Instead of considering it as a global or local variable, so we'll understand what is meant by naming variable. Once again, I will read. Okay, if we want to operate the same variable name, okay, inside and outside the function, Python will treat them as two different variables. Python will consider both variables are two different variables, one available in the global scope, which is outside the function, obviously outside the function, and one available in the local scope, that is inside the function. Let us understand with example. So x is equal to 300, value of x we defined initialized in the main script. This is the main script part, okay. This is the definition of myfunc function, where we defined, okay, in the function we defined value of x as 200, and if we'll try to print value of x in the function itself, so value of x will be displayed this value, okay, because its scope is limited. It means both x will be treated as two different variables. This is the concept, okay, and where it is considered as naming variables. So x is, okay, whose scope is global, whose value is 300 outside the script, but inside the script again x we used, but its value is 200 now. So it will not be considered as, okay, 300, it will be considered as 200. It means its scope is limited. In the function, value of x is 200. So to understand here, proper message I will write in double quotes. I will mention value of x in my func my func function, and same statement I will copy it. I will paste over here, and will change the message in the Python main script. So in the Python main script, value of x will be 300, but value of x in the myfunc will be 200. If I will execute it, we'll get output in this way. Okay, value of x in the myfunc is 200. Value of x in the Python script will be 300. Python main script will be 300. It means x is the naming variable. If x is defined, okay, in the main script, and x again same variable will be using in the inside the function, in that case both variables will be considered as or treated as two different or separate variables, because of which what we'll be doing, uh, here scope will be limited for this x. हे x and x दिसायला जरी सारखे असले तरी पायथॉनच्या इंटरप्रेटरच्या नुसार, ओके, बोथ व्हेरिएबल हे पायथॉन इंटरप्रेटर साठी वेगळे आहेत. ज्याच्या मेन स्क्रिप्ट साठीच्या एक्सच्या व्हॅल्यू साठी 300 व्हॅल्यू पायथॉन इंटरप्रेटर कन्सिडर करेल, आणि मायफंक चे फंक्शन आहे युजर डिफाईन्ड, त्याच्यामधलं जे हे एक्स आहे विच इज नॉट सेम, ओके, विच इज नॉट सेम, दिसायला जरी सेम असलं तरी विच इज नॉट सेम. In this myfunc function, what we'll be doing, so this function will have, okay, limited scope for this function. Inside this function, value of x you will find, so we'll get 200, but outside the function in the main script, if we'll try to print the value of x, so we'll get value of x as 300. It means scope will be limited. Naming variable scope will be limited for that function. Value will be considered, and its scope will be limited. this thing we have understood, okay, from this naming variable. Let us go to next program, that is 5.py, where we'll understand, okay, global keyword and its significance. This is also interesting. If we need to create a global variable but are stuck in the local scope, we can use global keyword, and global keyword makes the variable global. Okay, global keyword makes the variable global. Let us understand this. Okay, now this is the definition. This is the definition of myfunc function. In the definition itself, x is declared, okay, globally. So global, then one blank space, where global is keyword, one blank space, x is the variable. So from this statement, Python interpreter will understand x is our global variable, and if we'll be defining value of x as 300, so outside the definition of function itself, value of x will remain, okay, 300, because x is global variable. Because x is global variable. So let us check it. Inside the function, first of all, I will try to print, okay, value of x in the myfunc function, and I will copy this statement, control C. I will try to paste over here. Instead of this statement, we'll use this, and value of x in the main Python script. Okay, so we'll check it. What is the value of x in the myfunc? What is the value of x in the uh, main script? If I will execute it, we'll get value of x is 300 in both cases. Okay, value of x in the myfunc is 300. Value of x in the main Python script is also 300, and this is happening because of this global keyword. If I will pass comment to this statement, x will not be x will not its scope will not, okay, its scope will be limited for this myfunc function, and x will not be defined for the main script, because of which it will throw an error. Let us check it. So x is not defined. It means x variable which we used in this myfunc, so its scope will remain limited. But if we use this global keyword, because of which x will become global variable, and that global variable we can use in any function in Python script also. If suppose one more function I will try to define, okay, इथे बाहेर def magasarka value of x. Okay, this function I will try to define. So in this function also, if I want to check what is the value of x, so I will write, okay, print value of x in value of x function. Here also we'll get value of x as 300 because its scope is global. But we need to call this function, so let us call this function after this statement. At statement number 19, I'm calling value of x function. So we'll get output in this way. Okay, value of x in the myfunc function 300, value of x in the main Python script also 300, and value of x in the value of x function also will get 300 because of this global x statement. Okay, statement number 8, x variable will become global, and this x variable we can use in all functions. How many functions will be using? As well as in the main script also, in the main Python script also we can use that function, its value we can access. From this we can understand, okay, importance of global keyword. Let us go to next program, that is 6.py, where we'll be understanding can we change, okay, can we change value of the global variable. That we'll see. Yes, we can change value of the global variable. So with one small example we'll understand it. X is equal to 300. So initially main Python script will understand value of x is 300 in the definition of myfunc function. What we'll be doing, so globally x variable we have declared, and when I will write x is equal to 200, so it means in the myfunc function value of x will be changing its value which was 300, that we are trying to make it as 200, and we are considering x as global. So after this calling, okay, after calling of this myfunc function, value of x will be considered as 200, but before calling of this function myfunc, value of x will remain as it is, okay, 300. That is the, in this way we can change, okay, value of the global variable. If I will execute it, okay, first of all, here to understand, print, here I will write double quote, value of x in my function, here I will write x. I will copy this, control C, and in the main script I will try to paste it, and here we'll write, okay, in Python main script, value of x will check it, it will remain 200. चेंज झालेली व्हॅल्यू दिसेल इकडे, ओके. Value of x in, okay, Python, value of x in the main function 200, value of x in the Python main script also will get 200, but okay, after calling, here I will mention, uh, after calling value of x, after calling, this is important, my function, and if I will check control C, before calling this myfunc function, before calling value of x, if I will check it, so here I will write before calling value of x in the Python main script. So value of x will, here will get, okay, statement number 10. For the statement number 10, value of x will get, okay, 300, value of x will get 300, whereas value of x after calling this myfunc function, because of which global value will be changing, and after calling, if we'll check value of x again in the main script, so value of x will get, okay, 200. And to understand this concept, we should know, okay, call by value type of function, where in C language we have understood, because of which this concept is very easily we can understand. So I'm executing this program, we'll check it on the output screen what happens. Value of x in the Python main script is 300, okay, before calling the myfunc function. Then what will happen, myfunc function will be called, and value of x will become 200. And after this calling again, if we'll check what is the value of x in the main script, so value of x will become, okay, 200. In this way we can change, okay, we can change global, we can change value of any variable, okay, by using this global keyword. That is possible. So I hope you have understood and Python scopes, how scope is helping us to use different kinds of properties and variables, okay, in the functions. So let us stop over here.